By Ms. Biz Radio, LLC.
Ms. Biz, the show about empowering women in personal finance. Ms. Biz, with your host, Christina Gears, who went from secretary to vice president in 6 years, followed by 20 years of success in the male-dominated business of personal financial planning and management. Ms. Biz,
And you're hot.
perspective of critical value to women and practical value to all. Welcome to Ms. Biz on News Radio 1080, KRLD.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Ms. Biz Radio with your integrated financial planner, Christina Gears. I'm Phyllis Smith, and today we are broadcasting live from the Heritage Senior Center of Irving. What are we doing here in this beautiful place with these gorgeous women that are sitting in front of us and joining us today?
Last night we had Miss Mature Irving.
Yay!
Oh!
And there they are.
There they
and we
are.
even have the winner, and she's got her crown and everything.
And her little banner.
All right, it's Julie Grant, who is the winner, and she's beautiful, and you're all beautiful. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so we're at a senior center, and that ties into what we're talking about today.
Right, because I'm going to die in my sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Didn't I tell you that?
easy. That's kind of easy.
That's what people tell me when I tell them they need long-term care insurance. Oh, I'm going to die in my sleep. Oh, my wife's going to take care of me. Ladies, do you know that? Your husbands think my wife's going to take care of me. Or, worse yet, my kids are going to take care of me. Or how about, I'll just, I got a gun, so I'll just do the bullet thing. Or how about the pills? My wife and I have a pact. Oh, does she know about this? I mean,
Nice.
You wouldn't believe some of the stuff that people tell me. And it's part of the stress that goes along with facing the fact that we get older. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have it here at the Heritage Senior Center, because here everybody celebrates their age and they work out. There's a pool, everyone's dancing, there's events, everyone gets together and supports each other. And that's really what integrated financial planning is all about, getting together and supporting each other. You get together with a coach, an integrated financial planner, and that planner finds out about you and what you need and what you feel. I think that's probably the biggest shift in today's financial planning. Before it was, okay, I've got this much money, and you go to the broker or the financial planner and they just invest your money. Well, there's more to that than that, because you have all your fears and worries and concerns and the family and this and my dad and my kids and all that's got to be taken in consideration as far as where you're going to invest your money. Because if you've got a ne'er-do-well son that comes tripping home at 35 because he's got a divorce and he can't take care of himself, then you need somebody to coach you to close the door and tell him, out there, boy, it is big boy land. Get your big boy boxers on and take care of yourself. Because we don't want to enable our children, and that is a challenge that I face as a financial planner.
But in order to tell someone to put the big boy boxers on, you got to get your big girl panties on.
Right, because it's real hard to tell the husband that or the son that if you don't have your big girl panties on. And every woman has had that conversation with somebody in their family. They took you aside at some point and said, all right, that's enough, okay? That is enough. You need to be a big girl in this situation. You've got to be the adult or whatever, however that came across to you. Everybody's had that conversation. We forget about that, and we let people roll over us and tell us what's good for us instead of us telling them what's good for us, and then standing there in that whole experience. So this whole thing about taking responsibility and having your own life and making a difference, because you know what I always say, Phyllis, your prince is not coming.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And if he's here, he's leaving, okay? He's sooner or later going to leave you, either through death or divorce. So you better get a grip now, because you don't want to be dealing with having him not on the picture and then having a financial crisis at the same time. Okay? So you want to really be conscious of that. And October's wealth tip kind of sets that whole thing up, because the pyramid of financial independence that's on my website shows all of the basic steps of getting yourself together financially. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Nothing complicated or any kind of language that everybody can't understand. So in this pyramid, it talks about the foundation. So the wealth tip, October wealth tip, is we're giving you the definition of improvident, which is an adjective describing. An adjective describes a situation or a thing, right? Meaning lacking foresight and neglecting to provide for the future. Thoughtless, wasteful. Okay, that's the definition. That's what happens when you don't address the money situation like you address your food needs every day. Okay, so everybody looks in the refrigerator and says, oh, we're almost out of milk, okay? You need to look in your emergency cash and say, whoops, we're spending money, we've got to fill this up, because it's got to be there when you need it, and you never know when you're going to need it. All the people that are out of work right now wouldn't be complaining as deeply as they're complaining if they had 8 months of their income put back. Think about it. You still wouldn't want to lose your job. It still would be scary, but it wouldn't be as scary when you don't know where the next dollar is going to come from, and you got rent due, and you got 2 kids going, Mom, you know, we got to have this for school, got to have that for school, or whatever. It's all about looking forward, just like you look forward with your food.
Wouldn't you also say that it's an attitude shift, that you go from I'm not just bill paying, but I'm managing my money?
Correct.
Is that just like a real shift in your attitude?
Right, because what we do is we pay things that come at us instead of putting them out here, arranging them in order, seeing where you stand, and then first you put money away for yourself, and then you say, okay, I need this much money. And if you don't have that much money, then there's 2 things. Either cut back your spending or get a second job or get a different job. And, you know, I was at a conference this morning for Irving International Women's Consortium, and we had 3 speakers, and one of them, she was a dude.
A dude.
A dude. That was a Freudian slip, okay? She's 76 years old. Her name is Dr. Harkness, and she is a career coach. And she talked today about just getting over it, you know. Let's put it out there and let's decide what we're going to do. And in chaos is a lot of opportunity. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
And the long-term care, you know, last time we were on, we talked about frivolous types of insurance, things that we don't need. But you feel that we all need, that long-term care insurance is vital.
If you're over 50, you got to have it. You've got to have it. There is such a chance. And the numbers change all the time. There's some studies that say there's 43% chance you're going to use some sort of long-term care. And it doesn't mean that you're laying in bed before you're going to die on your deathbed and you can't move. I mean, we're talking, you have a hip replacement, you have this, you have that. Modern medicine has given us the ability to really correct a lot of bad problems, but during the recovery of some of those corrections, it can be devastating financially, it can be devastating emotionally, and, you know, I've seen it ruin marriages. Daughter, my mother, I'm not speaking of my mom, she did, poor honey, die of a stroke, so she is no longer with us. But I've seen it where the daughter, there are 2 daughters, mother's very ill, mother will not leave the house, and the daughters cannot force her, which is not a good thing. You have got to take your parents in your hands as they would have when you were not able to make clear decisions for yourself. Because health and care and all of that is much better provided by people who know what they're doing. and
who have their stuff together. You know, on an airplane, what do
Right.
they say about, you know, the oxygen that comes down?
Right.
Give it to yourself first.
instead of your kid.
Before
because
your kid.
What good are
Right.
you to the kid if you're dead? Oh, the kid's sitting with the oxygen mask on and you're dead.
Yeah.